Hello, everyone. Thank you for tuning in today. This is Emma Gomez and Gabriela Rocha from Cal State San Bernardino. Today we will be discussing mental health disorders among men. Did you know that on average, Americans with major mental illness die 14 to 32 years earlier than the general population? Did you also know that mental illness affects 18.4% of U.S. adult men?
The top 10 mental illnesses are depression, anxiety disorders, bipolar disorder, autism spectrum disorder, schizophrenia, and schizoaffective disorder.
The American Foundation for Suicide Prevention states that in the year 2017, men died by suicide 3.54 times more often than women. Mental Health America states that men are less likely than women to seek help for depression, substance abuse, and stressful life events due to social norms, downplaying symptoms, and reluctance to talk. According to the Men's Health Network, a lack of awareness, weak health education, and unhealthy work and personal lifestyles are causes of the decrease of the well-being of American men. So, we know that men's mental illness drastically affects their well-being, but the question is how? Well, let us inform you that the leading cause of premature deaths is mental disorders. Men are 4 to 18 times more likely to kill themselves compared to women. It is important to note that mental health disorders can be first diagnosed during a person's childhood. Boys are 9 times more likely to be diagnosed with ADHD compared to girls. Boys are also 5 to 8 times more likely to suffer from autism spectrum disorder compared to girls. So you might be wondering what causes mental health disorders. Well, Centers for Disease Control and Prevention states that childhood trauma, chronic health conditions, biological factors, the use of alcohol, having few friends, and feeling isolated are factors that cause mental health disorders.
Many mental disorders are formed by several physical, economic, and social environments working at different moments of life. Studies have indicated that neighborhood attractiveness, accessibility of local environments, and access to green spaces are key factors for mental well-being. On the other hand, risk of injury from traffic and abandonment of the environment, especially in low-income areas, disadvantageously affects mental health. Protective factors are just as important. Men must have strong social support networks. Research shows that some men have a harder time creating social connections. Loss of a loved one, a difficult relationship, major life changes, or any stressful situation may be a cause for men. Males have been socialized to be quiet, strong, and never surrender to help. It is male quality of not seeking help, to go at it alone, to be brave. According to a Berlin Strategy online survey of 1,001 adult males, 46% of men say they're embarrassed to share their feelings about their mental health, and this is significant. 49% admit that they're feeling more depressed than they let on. Being financially stable goes hand in hand with mental well-being. Economic recessions such as unemployment, income decline, and unmanageable debts are related with poor mental well-being. Increased rates of mental disorders, substance-related disorders, and suicidal behaviors. Males aged 25 to 64 who experience 3 or 4 cycles of recent economic insecurity are estimated to have a higher level of psychological distress than those who are employed and job secure throughout the same period.
To reiterate, neighborhood environment, social context, and economic stability are social determinants of health that affect men's mental disorders. With that being said, we would like to close out today's segment by stating some implementations that could be done in order to support men. It is beneficial to provide peer support in places where men and boys gather and offer positive social development as well as model healthy relationships and gender norms.
Communities should provide families with services as support to promote mental health. More importantly, reduce stigma, strengthen economic opportunity, and self-sufficiency, especially for those most at risk for mental health problems and substance abuse.